again, the yen is the weakest currency. I want to be smashing the yen across the board. So we did the dollar yen. Let's look at the pound yen. Look at the pound yen from here. You see that you had a buy above 126.71. That was from last week. You buy it above 126.71. Your structure point was 127.09. We now are 129.15. You can see on the chart that is the move. This was the buying point from last week, and you had those 3 magnificent days to the upside, and that move is about 300 pips, which is, I would say, breathtaking now, to say the least. So we are now closed the week at 129.14. We have a structure point below it here, which is the 128.28. This, as you can see, is the beginning of a trend change to the upside. The dollar yen is changing to the upside. That's the beginning of a trend change. I have a failure to make a lower low. That's the first structure failure to the upside. Now it moves. That's the second one. And of course, the granddaddy of all will be this one here. But of course, in order to go to this, it's moving in a stair-stepping way, as it does always. So at this point in time, selling is no longer an option. We don't have a reason to short the pound yen. I have the beginning of a bear market in the yen, so I want to be short the yen. Therefore, I will only sell the yen. I closed at 129.14. My structure point is 128.82, so it's 30 pips away. So I will only sell it short below the 128.82. That's my selling point, which is right there on the intraday. Right there, and you can see by looking at this chart how magnificent this trend is to the upside. So I will only short it when it gets below this one here. This is my short over here. My short below the structure. On the long side, the high of the day is 129.25. It's only 10 pips away. So I'll buy it above the high of the day. And I want to see if I have a structure long point. The next structure long point is, I mean, we can use this as a significant point, not a structure point. It's a significant point. So because it's so obvious, which is the 130.83. So that's a good potential target if you want to use that as a target, Steve. So here is how we're going to trade it. We're going to buy the dollar yen above 129.25, which is the high of the day. Your stop, we're going to use, let's use the market side, which is the 128.92. Okay, and the structure long point is, what was it, 130.83. The next structure long point is the 130.83. Okay, on the short side, we are only going to go short below the structure point. So we're only going to go short below 128.82. That is going to be our structural short point, and it is going to be our stop. When I say the stop is the same as your entry point, this doesn't mean, it means you use a little bit of common sense, you give it 10-15 pips, but it means it's very tight. You're not going to let it stay there for hours. You want it to break below it and you want it to capitulate. Okay, so that's why we make it one and the same. So you use a very tight stop when it breaks. If your structure point and your short point is one and the same, you want it to take below the structure and to capitulate. Okay, and if it gets above it, you want it to go up and explode like this one here. See this move, this perpendicular move? That tells you that this is a significant point that's being observed when you get this explosive move. This means that stops are being triggered. This here, these are stops, these are reversals. People are buying, getting out of the yen, liquidating the yen and going long the pound. That's what you want to see, and that's the direction you want to be trading in. Okay, that is the pound yen. We are going to buy above 129.25. We have a structure point at 130.83, and your stop is 128.82. I'm sorry, your stop is 128.92. On the short side, you're going to go short below 128.82, which is going to be your structure short point and your stop. Okay,